Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. You're watching The Day Ahead on India Ahead. My name is Ravi Kumar Dhulipala, and it is time now for the most popular segment on the show. It's called Claim to Fame. And first and foremost, I would like to thank all our viewers, everyone who has been following The Day Ahead. Thank you so much for the overwhelming response to this particular segment. I'm getting a lot of mails, a lot of messages on Facebook and social media handles, which clearly indicates that people seem to be enjoying all the performances as well as the talents that we try and get into our studios every morning. Now, today we will go international, ladies and gentlemen, because we have got an international artist who has been living in Dharmasala and who has been performing a very, very unique theatre and dance form, which is very rare, and I wonder if it is on the verge of extinction because not many people actually do that. First and foremost, thank you so much, Adam Cohen, for joining us in our studios. Wonderful having you over here.
Thanks for having me.
All right, so as far as my understanding goes, Adam is a Venezuelan who was raised in the US. He has been living in Dharmasala and he has been practicing this dance form which was taught to him by the Japanese. You're quite a mix, I must say.
Yes, quite a mix. Many countries, many experiences.
Tell us more about yourself. So you were born in Venezuela and then you got raised in the US?
Yes, I was born in Caracas, Venezuela, and until 4 years old, and then I went to the United States. We immigrated to Florida.
Okay.
And so that's where I lived most of my life.
Okay.
But in the past years, I actually have been living in India. I've been living in Dharamsala, learning this unique dance form.
What do you do in Dharmasala? Are you part of the monks?
No, I'm a full-time Butoh study. I also help with the school. I also, when I'm not in the school, if I'm somewhere in Europe or back in the U.S., I'm teaching the workshops. So
on
I'm
Butoh?
Always, yes. So Butoh for me is full time.
Wow. So how was the shift from Florida, which is basically a beach place, to Dharmasala, which is a mountain place, a hill place?
It's
yesterday I was having a
difference.
conversation with somebody and the choice was between beach and mountains, and the person went for beach while I went for mountains, but it's quite a shift, isn't it?
It's completely different. But I love beaches, but I also love mountains. So it's kind of hard to pick between the both, but I think the Himalayan mountains have gotten my heart, actually.
Fantastic, wonderful. And you have been living in Dharmasala for almost 4 years now, is what you told us.
Off and on. Last year I was there 6 months. This year, all like 6 months, and I'll be 6 months this coming year.
Fantastic. And what brings you to Hyderabad?
Hyderbad, because a connection here. It was an organizer wanted to learn about Butoh, was very adamant about learning, and brought me over here. So I'm like, okay.
So are you conducting workshops for Butoh?
I am conducting 5-day workshops. We already did 2 days. And yes, I also will have performance today in this.
Nice, nice. And what kind of an audience are you expecting today?
What kind of an audience? Dancers, people interested in theater, people who are just curious what this art form is.
Okay,
artists.
so before we actually showcase what the art form is all about to our viewers who are watching this particular broadcast, I would want to understand what essentially Butoh is, what is its history, where does it originate from, what does it try and do as a dance or a theater form. Tell us more about it.
Okay, so Japanese Butoh came from Japan originally. From the 60s, it was, some say, a reaction to all the traumas that were happening. The atomic bomb hit. But many other things, like, for instance, in factories, maybe there were some chemical spills. It created this, like mercury, for instance, it went into the bloodstream. It created deformities. So there was this artist who wanted to resonate with the marginalized and maybe things of the shadows, society's shadows, personal shadows, and bring this into the spotlight, shadows. So this is the emphasis of Butoh, which differentiates this from other art forms. So maybe you have modern dance, contemporary ballet, and they're focused on what's pretty in the flowers. But this Butoh is actually, yes, it can have this, but it's like, well, what's hidden? What's behind? What's behind? And let's also perform this. This is the specialty of Butoh, actually.
So is it a dark form of art?
Yes, it's associated with a dark form, but the most important thing to get from this darkness is that what is dark? Soil is dark, and from rich soil you can get some nice beautiful flowers. This is the main concept of Butoh. Butoh is about creation, it's about imagination.
And I believe that you can actually do this dance and theater form without even any music. So we'll have two different versions from your end. First, let's have it without the music. Can you do something for us?
Right now, without the music.
Without the music?
Without the music, sure, yes, anything.
Start off.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
give me a small little gig from Butoh.
Okay, so small subtlety is a thing of Butoh, and you just resonate with what is happening, what comes, and you just flow with it. Completely different than anything you might have seen.
Wow. So what is it? It's a form of expression. Whatever
Yes.
you're talking, because I saw your body move, I
Yes.
saw your eyes move,
Yes.
and I could see that expression on your face. Is that what the art form is all about?
Yes, the art form is about all kinds of expression inside, all kinds of expression outside. It's complete resonance. I'm in the space here. I'm resonating with you. I'm resonating with people, the viewers, the lights here, and the process that's going on inside of me. I'm resonating with this. All of this together is called transparent body. This, you can improvise with this.
Nice. I'm told that your music is ready, so can we actually have a musical performance of Butoh now?
Yes, we
If you
can
could play
actually.
the music, if I could ask my director to do the honors, let's have it.
Okay.
Well, he's pulling the track out. If you can actually have some music over here in our studios, because I really am excited about it. Okay, let's hear it. I think that's the most intriguing dance and art form that I've seen in my entire life. What is it? I could see that there's a lot of effort that is going on because, I could see those muscles stretching
Right.
and you kind of pulling your body tightly and all that. But I kind of was left a little confused in terms of what is it all about and what is it that you're trying to express. So if you could actually shed more light on that.
Yes. So the confusion is a good thing. This
Correct.
is what we want.
Okay.
It's called obscuring the body. This is the very first premise, basically, of Butoh,
Uh-huh.
is that we hide our secret.
Uh-huh.
So there are many things going on, and they're very authentic. So the most important thing for audience or anybody watching is that you felt something. It doesn't matter. The meaning doesn't matter. It's, like something happened in my body, and this is basically the best thing that matters for this, for Butoh.
But what was it that you were trying to convey through that?
Through this expression,
Through the expression, through whatever you did there, because there was a variety of stuff that you did as part of your entire performance.
Right.
I somehow felt that you were probably taking a shower in one part of the performance when you did all that on your body, and then after that, you were in agony, pain,
Yes.
and at the same time, your expressions were also, there's something mystic about the whole performance. So if you could elaborate that.
Yes. So everybody will also will see certain motifs. Like you saw the shower thing, but there were so many endless things happening. So what I was doing is a concept called jumping wild. It's a sub-body Butoh term. It means resonating with your environment and shifting from one world to the other. So for instance, I was doing so many different things. Well, I was entering into different worlds and then jumping from this world to the other world. So maybe, for instance, maybe the world of the lights. Oh, the lights, they do something to me. I resonate with this. I make it a dance. And then, okay, that's enough. And then I go to the next world, something internal, a memory. Maybe a memory of being in the camera. I don't know. So endless jumps. And this is called jumping wild. And it's improvisation. This was an improvisation.
Wow. So is this very similar to, I don't know if you have seen the movie Inception, wherein you move from one dream world to another dream
Yes,
world?
this is a
This
very
is very
good
similar
metaphor.
to that?
Yes.
I think
yes.
that's a good analogy to draw.
This is a very, very good analogy, actually.
Fantastic. Also explain one thing. In the evening when you perform today, will you be having lights and elements around you to describe the different worlds that you're moving into?
The lights.
As in, I'm talking about the backdrop and all that stuff. So will there be any indications that you're switching from one world to the other? How does it work during a regular performance of Butoh?
It's more body based. Like I will shift, and sometimes yes, you could do lights, props, but it's the most important thing in Butoh is that it comes from the body first, and then everything else, lights, props, costume is supplementary. But I will be in costume, so it's going to be a little bit different here. I came here in improvisation, but
Right.
Today's show will actually be a show, like with
Fantastic,
nice.
fantastic. Thank you so much for your time. We really, really appreciate
Thank
the fact
you.
that you actually joined us this morning and added a new dimension to Claim to
Yes.
Fame. One last question. I could sense a little bit of haunted kind of an energy in this performance. Is that the objective?
It can be. I mean, this is a stereotype of Butoh, and it's nice because it's not too performed. You know, it's beauty is performed a lot, so it's nice to see another element, horror or
Correct,
creepy.
exactly. Horror, haunted kind of an energy.
Yes,
Yeah.
horror, the creepy, the awkward.
A little bit of nostalgia, missing something
Nostalgia.
good in your life.
Yes, anything that especially you don't want to show. Butoh
Right.
is like, hey, I'll show this. I can even make the ugly beautiful. Like
Okay.
this is the art of this Japanese dance.
Fantastic. You know what is intriguing about this whole performance is that to each his own. So I think at the end of the performance, the audience would be, yes, left confused, but at the same time, they can have their own interpretation.
Absolutely.
So my interpretation could be different from somebody else's interpretation.
Yes.
Fantastic. Wonderful having you. Thank you so much for your time. We really appreciate the fact that you came down and met us and performed for us. We wish you all the very best for your performance today, as well as your workshops that will follow in Hyderabad and rest of the country.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Wonderful. Well, that's all we had from Claim to Fame this morning. What you need to do if you believe that you deserve this platform is you need to write into us. My email ID is fairly simple, ravi.dhulipala@indiaheadnews.com. That's reflecting on the bottom on the screen. Use that, reach out to me, and who knows, for all you know, this could be yours the next moment. With that, we'll call it a wrap right now, but news and updates will continue on the other side. Stay tuned for that.